Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Watkins Glen for the Stars and Stripes I Heart New York Grand Prix. Tonight we got about a minute left of practice. Top of the board, Hoffman with a 1:11.63. We're working on some technical difficulties, folks. We'll be back here shortly. Appreciate you tuning in. Qualifying coming up next.
Only one to run from. Better say cheese when Sam split my head, exported a few trillion. Doing side missions whenever I'm feeling. I'm built different, cruise with no ceiling. Sun shining on me, boy, I'm indifferent. Go! Come on, let's go. I don't know what comes next, but I couldn't care less. I refuse to feel stress. There's no fear in my chest. Hit a boom for my stance. Walk away from the pain I've been through. This feeling I'm feeling is brand new. This is the moment I break through.
And the checkered flag is out here for practice. We're jumping straight into qualifying. Folks, qualifying can be a tad boring here. So we're going to just keep the music playing, let them run their laps, and then we'll be ready for the grid. So once again, we appreciate you tuning in Thursday night. Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series right here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Folks, while you got some time, be sure click the like button on the video, subscribe to the page, throw a comment in. Who's your favorite driver? Who's going to win it? Who's going to junk it?
This is my time. I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too fly. This is my time. Ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. 'Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time. This is my moment. You better bet that I'm on it. Ready and set, I'ma own it. Blasted to 10, then keep going. There ain't no coasting, I never settle, don't play. Putting the kettle to flame. I go 100 all day. Foot on the pedal, no brakes. 10, 9, paid all my dues, waited in line. 8, 7, now it's my time that I take mine. 6, 5, king of the jungle, heart of a lion. 4, 3, 2, 1, watch out, here I come. This is my time, I'm on the rise. Can't hold me down, I'm too high. This is my time, ready to shine, brighter than all of the lights. 'Cause when it's game time, seconds away and the game's on the line. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Beating the buzzer like, this is my time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you tuning in. It's official, top of the board. Quick time, Dylan Hoffman's going to kick off from the pole, which means it's time for your starting lineup for the iHeart New York Grand Prix here at Watkins Glen Stars and Stripes Racing League, right here, Thursday Night Racing, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. 40 laps, no cautions, no stage breaks, no fast repairs, nothing but hardcore racing. Here's your starting lineup. On row number 1 on the inside of the number 15 machine, Dylan Hoffman. To his outside, last week's winner, the 29, Courtney Nelson. Row number 2 on the inside of the number 3 machine, Christian Lawson. To the outside, the 30, last season's points champion, Josh Robinson. Row number 3 on the inside, it's the GOAT. Rumor on the street is he's the man to watch here. It's the 05, Scott Rickard. To his outside, the gambling man in the number 11, Tom Ogle. Row number 4 on the inside, the number 60, Ben Dunn. To the outside, the 36, Chad White. Row number 5 on the inside, the 44, Kyle Bowling. To the outside, the 08, Alex Buffoli. Row number 6 on the inside, going to be the 23 of Dylan Graham. To the outside, Matt Allen in the 53. Rest of the lineup, folks, you can look at yourself. Because if I haven't announced your favorite driver yet, your favorite driver is Junk. And he's starting in the back. But we got a long pace lap here, folks. We got a bit of time. We're going to keep the music rolling. Can Courtney Nelson pull it off here? Get the upset at Watkins Glen? You never know. I thought I read a statistic this week that Scott Rickard has won the last 5 league races at this track. Not sure how accurate that is, but that's the rumor on the street I heard. But it looks like we got 26 drivers taking the call here tonight. Going to be interesting in the back, folks. Who's going to win the Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last? Is it going to be Larry Griffin III? I don't know. That car looks pretty ugly. Looks pretty slow. The Waste Management 77 car might be good for last. But don't count out Ben Shepherd. He might want to hold last himself. Going to be interesting nonetheless. But the field warming up their tires. Hoffman going to kick off from the front row on the inside there. Nelson to his outside. We're going to see how this one plays out, folks. Let us know in the chat who your favorite driver is. Who's going to win this thing? Working on some camera angles here, folks. I think I got to restart camera once they get to the right corner. But we're still going around. It's the iHeart New York Grand Prix here at Watkins Glen. Pretty good turnout here. 26 cars. How quick are these guys going to junk it? Are they going to take it easy on the start? Or are they going into turn 1 trying to win it? You know, if I'm back there starting in last, I'm probably breaking about 10 car lengths late heading into turn 1. That's the way to do it here at Watkins Glen, folks. Trust me. But the field is set. Pace car is in. We are ready to roll. Green flag in the air at Watkins Glen. Good jump there from both lanes. Heading into turn 1, Hoffman's got the inside. He's going to hold on to the lead quite easily. Are they going to play friendly here? Looking good through turn 1. They're going 3 wide, though, folks. Too much action. It's hard to pick who I want to go on. Look at this Hornets nest of cars. Chad White looking like junk. He's lost 7 spots since the start of this race. That 36 Dr. Pepper car is junk here at Watkins Glen. One of them locking the brakes up here. These guys going in hard, and Ross Tatum still hasn't fixed his paint. Well done, Ross. Got that plain white car, no stickers. That's what we love seeing. Looks good on TV. But, folks, we got a new race leader. Courtney Nelson says, get out of my way, nerd. Taking over the race lead. Boy, I tell you what, is Courtney Nelson the new GOAT of Stars and Stripes Racing League? He might be. That 29 car is bad fast every single week. Don't count out this man right here, the GOAT, Scott Rickard. This is his track. Can he pull it off here? Let's hop on board with the GOAT. Heading it down the straightaway here into turn 1. Currently running in the 4th spot, going to work on the 3-car Christian Lawson. What's the GOAT got up his sleeve? How's he going to get to the front? Again, folks, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to have no cautions here tonight. No cautions, no stage breaks, nothing but racing. So you definitely don't want to mess up because you're going to get no breaks. Meanwhile, Rickard making a move, taking over the 3rd spot. He's already decided it's time to get to the front, boys. Here comes Scott Rickard. As we go through the field, your Hutchinson Motorsports hard charger, currently Trey Jackson. He's gained 3 spots since the start of this race, currently up to the 12th position. Well done, Trey. He is bad fast here tonight. See if Chad White's got that junk Dr. Pepper 36 machine up to speed. Looks like it. Well, I tell you what, track position is as important as ever here. Because, again, no cautions. So you really can't afford for any mishaps. Fastest lap of the session turn by Courtney Nelson, your race leader. That is a 1:12.08. Boy, I tell you what, Courtney Nelson looking bad fast. Has to make you wonder, is Hoffman saving tires or is Courtney Nelson literally a second faster than your second place car? Meanwhile, it looks like Matt Allen in that 53 car hasn't bulldozed anybody yet. Hasn't caused any wrecks quite yet. We're just waiting for the 53. He's looking for somebody. He's got his sights set on the car in front of him. And bad news for him, it's Dylan Grimm. There is a target on the back of that car. If Matt Allen gets to it, you are toast, buddy. Because Matt Allen loves junking some race cars here in the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. So Courtney Nelson, still your race leader, got about a 1.5 second lead on our second place car of Dylan Hoffman. While the GOAT, Scott Rickard, goes to work here, currently running in the 3rd spot. Looking through the field, what else we got going on? Looks like Tom Ogle running 7th. We got Zach Kreitz back there running 14th, just getting passed by that ugly white car of Ross Tatum. Let's jump to the back here. Check out our battle for last. Looks like Doug Pierce just junked it and he towed it to the pits. Let's see what happened. Doug Pierce just junked it. Let's see what happened here. Here he is in the 39 U.S. Coast Guard machine. Goes high into the corner, locks it up, and boom, smokes the wall. So it looks like Mr. Pierce, well, he didn't tow it. He just pulled straight into the pits. So he's going to have to pit early. We don't count that in the battle for last, though, folks, because that was a wreck. So in my book, the battle for last currently going to Larry Griffin III, the Cornelius, North Carolina native, in one of the ugliest cars in the field. I tell you what, it's slow, it's ugly, it's Larry Griffin, the 77, folks. Let's hop on board with this junk 77 car and see why he's in dead last. Larry Griffin, he's getting in the grass there on the straightaway. I know that ain't helping him. Heading into the corner, nice and easy, downshifting. Taking it easy through the corner here. Trying to keep Mr. Ben Shepherd in his sights. He says, Ben, I want to give you this battle for last spot. Because you're junk too. But who is more junk, folks? Let us know in the chat. Larry Griffin, that right there is why he didn't dead last, folks. You saw it right here live. That 77 car, it's ugly, it's junk, it's waste management. So we head back out front. Courtney Nelson still leading this race by about 1.5 seconds. Not sure what the fuel amount these guys can last without pitting. My guess is they can get halfway. I would think they could get to lap 20. So I assume lap number 20 is going to be when the pit cycle starts, right around there. But let's check what the GOAT Scott Rickard's up to. Looks like he's actually losing time on the top two. So the streak may end here tonight. Courtney Nelson and Dylan Hoffman appear to be faster than the GOAT Scott Rickard himself. Let's hop on board and see why the GOAT's not so fast here tonight. He's kind of fast, but he's not GOAT fast. Nice and steady. Scott Rickard in the Ally Bank 05 machine. Trying to park this thing in the victory lane. He is long overdue for a win here, folks. Jumping the curbs, flying around the speedway. Folks, Larry Griffin has passed Ben Shepherd. The battle for last has been moved to the 69 of Ben Shepherd. Let's hop on board, see why this 69 car is junk. Here we are, folks. We're in dead last. We are cruising with Mr. Ben Shepherd. Can he find a way around that ugly number 77 machine? Or is he just going to have to settle for dead last? I don't know, folks. Looking like he's going to need to settle for last to me. So we go through the field here. Looks like Ross Tatum in that ugly plain white car with no stickers sitting in the 13th position. We got Zach Kreitz sitting in 15th. One of the fan favorites here. Zach always has some fans in the chat. Not sure why. Then we got Tom Ogle up here in the number 6 machine. Not a bad run for Tom. I didn't know Tom could turn right, but here he is doing it. I thought he could just turn left. Then we got Christian Lawson sitting in the 4th spot. Good night for Christian so far. Right on the back bumper of the GOAT. Putting some serious pressure on him. Mr. Josh Robinson, last season's champion. Rounding out the top 5 here in the Micro Center 30 car. As we go through the field, let's see who your hard charger is. Looks like it's still Mr. Trey Jackson. Not much passing going on here. Typical Watkins Glen race. If you're tuned in, we don't really know why, but hey, we appreciate you joining us. As we go back out front, Courtney Nelson's race lead up to about 2 seconds. Let's hop on board with your race leader. See why he's fast. We already watched the guys battling in last run around the speedway, so let's watch the race leader. What is he doing differently? Look at that. Just pure talent. Screeching those tires. I'll tell you what, Courtney is not worried about saving tires here at Watkins Glen. He is turning and he is burning. He's your race leader, Courtney Nelson. Is Courtney Nelson the new GOAT? Might be. Then we got Mr. Alex Buffoli back here, straight off the boat from Italy in the 08 machine, sitting in 9th. Well, I tell you what, I tried talking to Alex the other day. All he knows is Italian. Doesn't know a lick of English. Had to get a translator involved. I don't think he had a clue what I was saying. What a nightmare. So we drop back a little bit. We got Mr. Brian Lynch. He's known as the fastest Lynch brother. Am I right? Brian Lynch, he's cruising around, sitting in the 15th spot. What a great run for Brian. Let's hop on board. It's number 24 car. Sitting in 15th. The Manchester Iowan. Well, I tell you what, Brian Lynch, he's lived an interesting life. Grew up with 15 brothers in a cornfield in Iowa. And here he is, ripping it around Watkins Glen in the iHeart New York Grand Prix. What a great life Mr. Brian Lynch lives. Dropping back a little bit, Mr. Nate Lynch here in the 25 Bitcoin machine out of Manchester, Iowa. Let's hop on board, Mr. Nate Lynch. Been a rough season so far for Nate. He's looking to turn it around, but he's going to have to wait a week, folks, because it doesn't look like he's going to turn around here at Watkins Glen. Unless he spins out. That's about the only turnaround he's got. Will Bustler right on his back bumper says, "Get the hell out of the way, 25, or I'm going to dump you." Here comes Mr. Bustler. You're starting all the way back in 21st. Got some serious work to do. So back out front, Courtney Nelson, race leader by 3.2 seconds. I tell you what, he might lap the field. Courtney Nelson is flying here tonight. Unbelievable. Last lap around the speedway, he gained about a half a second on your second place car, Dylan Hoffman. Here's Mr. Dylan Hoffman right here. Let's hop on board, see if he even has sights on your race leader. You can kind of see him. If you squint your eyes, there's your race leader right there. 3.5 seconds ahead. Then we got the GOAT, Scott Rickard, about another 3 seconds back. Christian Lawson, though, hanging right there with him on the back bumper almost of the 05. Who else we got going through the field here? We got Mr. Josh Whitaker. Last week, I believe he ARCA braked a guy and absolutely murdered him, if I'm not mistaken. Got Aaron Hale back here sitting in the 22nd spot. Great run for Aaron. Folks, Ross Tatum took over the Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. Not sure what happened. He's lost 10 spots. He must have spun out. Or he pit. It looks like he pit early. Yeah, Ross Tatum has already pit. I'm not sure what the strategy call is there. We're going to see how it plays out. He might have just pit as early as he could to make it on fuel. Who knows? We're going to see how this plays out in the long run, though. So we head back out front. Courtney Nelson up to 4 seconds on his lead. Putting on a display of greatness here. He might lap the field, folks. I'm telling you. He's out here playing chess on the checkerboard. Courtney Nelson, unbelievable. This guy is bad fast here tonight. And we got Joshua Altus back here in the 16th spot. He's gained 4 spots at the start of this race. Pretty good for Josh. But he did not start where he wanted to here tonight. This is about the hardest track to make up the track position on, especially when there's no cautions. We got William Duff, the 4th right here. Boy, he had a great run last week. Not so great here. He looks like he runs road courses about as well as I do. Currently running in the 19th spot. The Land Shark 17 car trying to make a move on Josh Whitaker. This is going to be a battle for 18th. Kyle Bolin currently running in the 8th spot after starting 9th. Right here in the thick of things with a handful of cars. Currently race leader out front by about 4.3 seconds on this man right here, Dylan Hoffman. So folks, I tell you what, let's get some cool looking camera angles going here. And we're going to take a break, but don't you worry, you're not going to miss a lap here tonight. Going to go side by side just like Fox does. Except we do it better here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe to the page. We'll be back here shortly. As we return back from break, we're watching Brian Lynch here in the 24, folks. You might see there in the right rear, you got a little logo here. Let me try to word it out for you. It's the Mountain Breeze Motel logo here on the 24 of Brian Lynch. Let me tell you, that hotel sounds a little sketchy. Sounds quite to me somewhere that Tom Ogle might take his family to try and save a little bit of money. But meanwhile, Brian Lynch cruising around in the 13th position. We got Tom Ogle up to the 6th spot. Trying to go to work on the car in front of him, which is Josh Robinson, but he's got a long way to go. Josh Robinson has checked out from Ogle, about 4.5 seconds ahead. Courtney Nelson, still your race leader. Race lead up to 5.7 seconds, folks. I tell you, well, you may as well throw the checkered flag. Should I pull in Courtney Nelson for the interview? Get this race-winning interview over with? I don't know, folks. Might be the smart call. Save a little bit of time at the end of this thing. As we're almost halfway done here, heading into lap number 18 shortly. Nelson's lead up to over 6 seconds. It does vary throughout the race, though, folks, just depending on who's in what corner. So you're going to see that race lead vary quite a bit, jumping between 5 and 7 seconds quite often. But your last lap around, Nelson ripped a 1:12.36, while Hoffman ripped a 1:12.78, so still about a half second faster than your second place car. As we go through the field here, Nate Lynch cruising around the 18th spot. The Bitcoin 25 machine, he hasn't spun out yet. That's much better than I do out here on these road courses. I'll tell you what, something about those right-hand turns really make it tough. Then we got Zach Kreitz. We had some Zach Kreitz fans in the chat. Well, they're not too happy right now because, folks, your boy's running last. Got the Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. Although he did pit, I will give him that. So, truthfully, the battle for last spot, still Ben Shepherd. Looks like he's probably going to win that as he's getting lapped here on lap 18 at a road course, folks. Tell you what, that's not a good sign. If you are getting lapped before the halfway point at a road course, not a good night for you. Meanwhile, the 53 of Matt Allen sitting in the 11th spot. We got Ben Dunn up here, cruising into 7th position. Nice quiet day for Ben, trying to get the job done. Am I right? So your race leader, Courtney Nelson, still faster than that second place car. Although last lap around, looks like Hoffman actually did gain, for the first time, gained a little bit of ground on the race leader. So it looks like Hoffman's about a 10th faster than Nelson right now. But this race is about half over, so you're going to see these guys pit. If I'm the race leader, Courtney Nelson, you know you got serious speed. I just pit right at the halfway point. Be safe. That'd be the easy thing to do for Nelson, but we're going to see what his plan is out here. You don't have to worry about cautions happening or any of that stuff. So we're going to pull up the Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board, the best pit strategy board in the business. So you see all these guys up front, 18 laps on these tires. Again, I think you're going to see most of the field in by about lap 20. Really no reason to wait after that. So currently, Tom Ogle up to the 5th spot here. We got a handful of cars down pit road. Well, a couple of them. Like Matt Allen, Josh Whitaker, both down pit road. Chad White looking like junk here tonight. Cruising in the 21st spot. That Dr. Pepper 36 machine is not bad fast here. Let's hop on board. See what's wrong with this lump of junk. Well, I tell you what, the good news for that 36, he won't have to go through tech tonight as he almost junks it. Rumor is they're not even going to tech this car. It's so slow, there is no point. They said they're not going to waste the tech man's time. Looks like we got Ben Dunn and Dylan Grimm down pit road. So two of our front runners here coming down pit road. Here on lap number 20. So we're going to see this time around if your race leader, Courtney Nelson, elects to come down pit road or not. As he's got a big lead, 7.5 seconds right now. Now he says, I don't need to pit, boys. I might just run this race on old tires. Coming up on lap traffic, though, we're going to see if these guys get out of his way. So we're going to hop on board, see how he navigates these lappers. We call these guys roadblocks, rolling chicanes, whatever you want to call them. Says Aaron Hale, get the hell out of my way. I'm the race leader, and I'm going to junk you. Courtney Nelson trying to get through the field. Well, Aaron Hale does not want to give up the spot. He's going 3 wide down the straightaway. I tell you what, that's how you win races, boys. Courtney Nelson taking the lappers 3 wide. He is not wasting time. He's trying to win this thing by a mile. Taking the lappers 3 wide. That's what we're talking about here, folks. Meanwhile, Brian Lynch cruising around the 9th spot. What a great looking car for Mr. Brian Lynch. But again, folks, that Mountain Breeze Motel, big sponsor of Brian Lynch. They hopped on board. I'm not too familiar with that place, but again, it just, for some reason, it just feels like a place that this man right here, Mr. Tom Ogle, the gambling man, he would take his whole family there, try and save some money so he could gamble a little bit more. Not a bad idea, though. Sometimes, you have to have a budget when you go into the casino. And if you're using all your money on hotels and motels, then you're just not going to have a very big budget. So Ogle trying to save some cash, electing to use the beautiful Mountain Breeze Motel, which rumor is it's somewhere in Tennessee, maybe in Gatlinburg area, I believe. Not too familiar with it, though, yet again. Looks like Alex Buffoli just junked it. Let's see what he did. Here's the 08 of Buffoli, straight off the boat from Italy. Going in the corner here. Stands on the throttle. Oh, spins it. And junks it. So Buffoli spins out. Going back live here. Joshua Altus cruising in the 8th spot. So none of your top 4 have pit yet. 4 or 5, I don't know. We're still waiting on a handful of cars come down pit road at least. As we head into lap number 24 here shortly. Watching Courtney Nelson put on a display of greatness out front by almost 9 seconds. We got the GOAT, Scott Rickard. He's going to have to settle for a 2nd or 3rd place run, it's looking like. Unless Courtney Nelson just stuffs it into the wall. So Buffoli coming down pit road after spinning out. Good run so far for Buffoli, even with the spin out. Let's see what else we got going on through the field. Ben Shepard taking that lump of junk out the pits. So Shepard is pit. Not sure it's going to help much. 69 car is junk here in Watkins Glen. Dylan Grimm running last. Not a good night for that 23. Which is unfortunate to see. Normally that 23 competing for wins in every type of track. But not here at Watkins Glen. Looking pretty slow, not going to lie. So Courtney Nelson still cruising, working his way through lap traffic. When is Mr. Nelson going to elect to come down pit road? Tire fall off appears to be about, almost a 1.5 seconds. I'd say 1.3 second fall off since the start of the race here for your race leader. So, which really isn't a lot, considering this is such a big track. But last lap around, looked like the second place car, Hoffman, actually gained about a tenth and a half on your race leader. Make it 2/10. Still staying out there. So, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a short break here while our leaders decide when they're going to pit. But don't you worry, you ain't going to miss a lap. Hutchinson Motorsports TV music coming up, best in the business. While you got a moment, click the like button, subscribe to the page. Thursday Night Racing, Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series, right here, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. As we return back from break, it looked like Ross Tatum just junked it. Let's see what he did here. Here's Hutchinson Motorsports replay. There's Ross Tatum in the ugly plain car with no stickers or decals or numbers. Oh, that's the same spot that somebody spun out at. So the car was ugly before. Now it's also junk. Ross Tatum to the back. So Courtney Nelson still hasn't pit. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't know what the pit strategy was going to be, but Courtney Nelson says, I'm just going to stay out there till I'm out of gas, boys. Because he's up 12.7 seconds right now on your second place car. As he continues to lap cars, he still has to pit, but currently there's only 9 cars on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap, this man right here, Ben Dunn. He sees the leader coming up on him quick. Courtney Nelson is in a rocket ship here tonight, folks. I tell you what, best car by far. It's not even close. It's flying around the speedway. Ross Tatum just crashed again, folks. See what happened. Here's Tatum driving around that junk, ugly white car. No way. Is that the same one? That must be the same replay here, folks. No, that's a separate instance, boys. I believe that's a lap later. So look, here's the first time. So here's Ross Tatum. Sorry, Ross, we're gonna put you out like this. But okay, so look, Ross Tatum does this. Just for the books here. This is lap 23. All right, so we got that. That happened. And here's another one. For the record books. Oh, wait. Why is it showing us? I don't know. Who knows? Oh, this was 23. The other one was lap before. So, yeah, either back-to-back or between 2 different laps, Ross Tatum junked it in the same spot. So, here we are. Courtney Nelson still leading this thing. Only 10 laps left to go. Still hasn't pit. I assume these guys have to pit. I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't. Kind of impressed at the lack of tire fall off here. Race leader's only lost about 1.3 seconds from his best lap and the last lap he just ran. So Kyle Bolin in the 7th spot, Brian Lynch 8th, Ben Dunn 9th. Let's see who's winning the battle for last right now. Ben Shepherd done. Yeah, Ben Shepherd has called it quits. William Duff is done for. Ross Tatum's done for. So it goes to Aaron Hale. He's winning the Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. He is the last car on the track. Keep it up, Aaron. He's got to feel good about not junking it at least. With just 9 laps left to go here. At the iHeart New York Grand Prix here. Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. Hutchinson Motorsports TV World's #1 streaming service. But again, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click the like button on the page, subscribe, all that good stuff. Throw in a comment, tell your friends, tell your family. Be sure to cancel all their streaming services. You need to quit wasting your money on junk streaming services. All you need. Hutchinson Motorsports TV World's #1 streaming service. Nate Lynch just junked it. Let's see what he did. And here comes your race leader down pit road, by the way. So Courtney Nelson finally pitting. But let's see. Nate Lynch junked it. Here he is, the 25 car. Heading into the corner. Gets on the curb. Up. That'll do it. Hey, Nate. Your car is junk. The Bitcoin 25 car just stuffed it. So we finally got a new race leader. Dylan Hoffman looks like he's going to lead a lap here while Courtney Nelson's pitting. Scott Rickard also pitting. Well, I tell you what, Nelson had such a big lead. He has pit, and he's still out in front of Josh Robinson and Tom Ogle, who both need to pit, I believe. Let's pull up your Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board, best pit strategy board in the business. No, Robinson and Ogle actually did already pit. Never mind. So your top two, or I'm sorry, your top car, Dylan Hoffman still needs to pit. Here's Alex Buffoli. We got Mr. Trey Jackson cruising in the 15th spot. Folks, your hard charger. Currently, Joshua Altus. He's gained 14 spots, but that is due to pit strategy. Here comes the race leader, Dylan Hoffman. He got the lead a lap or two. So we're going to give up the race lead. Courtney Nelson getting around him. Just 7 laps left to go here, folks. Again, these races aren't always the most exciting, but it's interesting to see how the strategies work out. Something a little bit different. Not every night can be jam-packed oval racing where they're junking each other. Boy, last week we saw 2 deaths on track. Matt Allen and Scott Rickard both got absolutely clobbered. Scott Rickard got hit by the, I believe it was it the 28 car? He was running almost last, and it hit him about a mile after he crashed. Hate to oust the 28 car. I could be wrong. Could have been somebody else. But we're going to see how this one plays out as Hoffman's out of the pits. Race leads at 11.25. Scott Rickard actually right behind Hoffman. So we're actually going to have a battle for second here. The GOAT Scott Rickard sneaking up on him. Let's hop on board with the 05. See who's faster right now. Boy, Scott Rickard just ripped a 1:12.85 lap. Pretty good. Not as fast as your race leader, but not too far off. So barring a miracle, Courtney Nelson's going to win this one. Parking it in victory lane yet again. Been on a roll lately. Just killing it. As he laps Chad White. Well, I tell you what, that 36 car is junk here at Watkins Glen. Let's take a look at this slow junk car. This thing right here, look at that. Thing just looks slow going around the track. Hop on board. See what's going on. I think I know the problem, folks. The problem, it's the hands behind the steering wheel. Is what it is. For that 36 car. Chad White, screeching the tires. Matt Allen just junked it. See what he did. Here's Matt Allen, the 53. Uh-oh, Kreitz involved as well. Kreitz going the inside. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Kreitz was there. I don't know. I mean, that's just a bad racing deal there. I'm not sure who's really at fault. Kreitz kind of dive bombs him, but it's part of it. Let's see here. Going in the corner. Who's at fault? Let us know in the chat. Here it is. I mean, Kreitz is there. Allen comes down, but then again, I mean, was it a dive bomb? I don't know. I'm going to pin that as a racing deal. I mean, I don't really think it's either of their faults. Unfortunate there for Mr. Matt Allen, but he didn't lose too much ground. Looks like he just lost a spot. So your race leader, Courtney Nelson, still ripping it around with just 4 laps left to go here at the iHeart New York Grand Prix here. Stars and Stripes Next Gen Racing. This is race number, I don't know, 6, I'm thinking. 6 on the season. But again, we appreciate you tuning in. Thursday night racing right here. If you're interested looking for another league, folks, Tuesday night, we are broadcasting every week the 5150 Cup Series. Great series. So if you're looking for a league, shoot me a message on Discord. Hutch25 on Discord. We can get you added. It is a 34-week season. We also got a Friday Night Xfinity series. I'll be partially broadcasting. And those are probably the only 3 series I'm going to be broadcasting this season. Last season I had 4 series at once, and it was just too much. So we're going to take it easy. We're going to do 2.5 to 3 this season. But here comes Courtney Nelson down the straightaway. He's going to cross the line. 3 laps left to go here tonight. Scott Ricker trying to go to work on Dylan Hoffman, but he's got some work to do. About 2 seconds off from your second place car. So we got 11 cars on the lead lap. I'm sorry, 9. 9 cars on the lead lap. Going up to the Hutchinson Motorsports blimp. Look at that beautiful view, folks. Unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. Have you? I'm sure you haven't. So again, not a lot of on-track action here tonight other than a few incidents. Pretty clean race, but it's a typical road course race. Again, good to see some road courses thrown in, but I'm glad this isn't a weekly thing, folks. I prefer these guys out here door banging and junking each other. And folks, last I checked, we're at 199 subscribers. Click that subscribe button. If we get 200 subscribers, I might think about doing a giveaway. I'm not saying I will, but I'll think about it. So click that subscribe button here. Be our 200 subscriber. You could win something, or maybe you couldn't. I don't know. Maybe I won't do anything. Actually, I probably won't. But it'd be interesting to see Hutchinson Motorsports TV, the world's #1 streaming service, get to 200 subscribers. Is that the most in the world? I don't think any other channel has more than 200 subscriptions. 100% fact, just in, folks. Yep, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, most subscriptions on YouTube. The world's #1 streaming service doing big things here, folks. Unbelievable. But we're just waiting for the finish here, essentially, folks. Courtney Nelson out front by over 13 seconds. He's got I believe he's got the fastest lap of the session. Yep, not even close, really. He's the only car to break the 1:11 threshold for best lap. He ran a 1:11.76. Next fastest lap was your second place car. Dylan Hoffman ran a 1:12.12. But the white flag's in the air, so let's hop on board your race leader. Watch him one last time around here. See how he's navigating this thing. Maybe you guys can take some tips. Downshifting early, going all the way down to second. Looked like he's going to spin out going in there. He sends it. No wonder he's so fast. He is driving this thing like a maniac here. Courtney Nelson on the gas. I'd be scared to death to do that. Last lap, he's racing like it's for the checker right here. Got some lap traffic coming up, but he's probably not going to have to deal with them before the end of this thing. Checker flag in the air. Courtney Nelson wins it here. The iHeart New York Grand Prix winner, Courtney Nelson, big lead. We're going to see how big of a gap it was. Here comes second place. Down the straightaway here, about to cross the line. That's Hoffman on the inside. Crossing the line there. And third place, Rickard right behind him. So 14.29 second gap there between the leader and second place. As we watch the rest of the cars finish, we'll stay tuned here on Courtney Nelson. We'll get him up here for his interview. Let's get out of here, folks. So give me a moment here. Let me find Courtney. Boy, what a display of greatness. He was flying around this track. Courtney, Blake on the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Man, what got into you there? You were on fire, just dominating this one.
I'm a fan of road courses, so I was hoping that it would go this way, but Dylan was pretty fast in qualifying.
Yeah, well, hey, it looked like nobody really had anything for you on the track here tonight. What was the pit strategy there? Were you just staying out there until you were basically out of fuel?
Yeah, that was it. I did some practice earlier and tried tires, and you ended up losing time, even though the lap time was better.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, I never thought about that, but hey, it looks like you've been on a heater here lately, continuing to kill it. I assume you're probably the points leader after this race.
These are the only two races I've raced this season, so I'm a little probably behind the eight ball.
Oh, well, I didn't even notice that. Well, hey, you've been burning it down. Before you head out, you got any shout-outs?
Yeah, all the Lynch brothers for letting me race here. Tom, Josh, for letting me race with them in their chat and everything. You broadcasting. This has been a blast the last two races.
Oh, I'm sure it has. You pulling off wins especially, but hey, hopefully it'll continue here and this won't be the last time we talk.
Hopefully not. Have a good evening.
Yeah, you too. Congratulations on win number 2 of the season here, Courtney. Courtney Nelson burning it down there for these great fans at the start-finish line, parking it in victory lane. I believe that's back-to-back wins for Mr. Nelson. The largest win I've seen in this series, 14.29 second gap. Nobody had anything for him, but hey, folks, we appreciate you tuning in, spending your Thursday night right here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. We'll be back here same time, same place. But don't forget, we're going to be here Tuesday for the 150 Cup Series as well. We might be on live here on Friday. Not sure yet, which is tomorrow. Not sure if I'm going to go live for our Xfinity Series over there or not yet, but we'll see what happens. But nonetheless, we appreciate you tuning in. Hope to see you same time, same place next week. Till then.